was wondering what it meant that I grew up in a majority black city in which there were more homages to enslavers than there were to enslaved people. And what does it mean that to get to school, I had to go down Robert E. Lee Boulevard? To get to the grocery store, I had to go down Jefferson Davis Highway. That my middle school was named after a leader of the Confederacy. That to this day, my parents live on a street named after somebody who owned 150 enslaved people. Because the thing about monuments and memorials and iconography is that, and symbols, is that they're not just symbols. They are reflective of the stories that societies tell. And those stories embed themselves into the narratives communities carry. And those narratives shape public policy. And public policy shapes the material conditions of people's lives, which isn't to say that taking down a 60-foot tall statue of Robert E. Lee is going to erase the racial wealth gap. But it is to say that it is part of it is one part of a larger ecosystem of stories and ideas that shape how we understand what has happened to certain communities and what needs to be accounted for and what needs to be amended to repair the harm that has been done to different communities across generations. And so I started getting obsessed with how slavery was remembered or misremembered in New Orleans, and then sort of expanded it out to think about how it was remembered or misremembered across the country, and ultimately wanted to go to different places that represented the sort of patchwork of memory and the patchwork of experiences that are reflective of the inconsistent way that this country memorializes slavery.